Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning to you. And many more. Many more. Many more. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Daring Dialogues. I'm your host today, Charles. I hope that you've been having a great and wonderful day. I want to officially welcome you to um, December. So, our official welcome to December. Welcome. And we are back for the rest of the year until December 20th, and then we'll be going on our winter break and then picking up at the top of the year. So, the next few weeks, we will be live Monday through Friday as we continue on season 14. All right, so a couple of things. First of all, I hope that um, let's see, I hope that your holiday went well. I hope you were able to get some rest. I hope you were able to get some things done. I hope you were able to at least be around some friends or some family members. Um, I had a very interesting holiday. My husband surprised me with a trip to the Midwest. Um, it was a surprise for me because I wasn't expecting to go to the Midwest, but it was a good trip. Um, it helped me to solidify some things that I like and do not like about traveling. One of those things I do not like about traveling is I don't like commercial flights. Um, so that means I need to find me some friends that got some private jets because commercial flights are woo, um, going and making the trek across terminals and all of that and trying to connect with flights. I really did not enjoy my flight experience. Um, so I'll have to reconcile with that. Like, I don't know. I think I like road trips better than I like taking a plane, but obviously I know that that is not going to be um, time wise convenient if necessary. If I have to like go to another part of the country, um, I know that I'm going to have to take a plane. But I am realizing as I get older that I do not like the U.S. domestic commercial flight experience. Um, and so that's that. As far as the Midwest, I had some dreams a couple of years back that because of some of the things that are going to be happening in the United States as far as climate, that it may push um, a lot of the United States citizens in from the coast into the Midwest. So I did get a chance to see what the Midwest was like and what it looked like. I went to, I was visiting in the state of Nebraska, and I also got a chance to get a taste of what they call Midwestern nice. Very interesting um, attitudes of people in the region. I got a chance to learn about the beef that Nebraska has with Iowa, um, and even pass through Iowa in the part of Nebraska that we were in. Uh, I thought it was funny because it went from saying "Welcome to Nebraska" to "Welcome to Iowa" to like 3 minutes later saying "Welcome to Nebraska" again. And of course, someone was explaining that to me about the waterway moving in that area. And so you are technically for a few short minutes in Iowa as you're driving through Nebraska. So that was cool. The weather in the Midwest, I thought it was going to be, I don't know, more chillier than the East Coast, but I guess East Coast because we're on the water. Um, we have the cold. The cold really comes off as and wet a lot of times. And so Nebraska's 30 degrees for me felt like 60 degrees on the East Coast, which was very interesting. Um, and so my time in the Midwest was uneventful. It was restful. It was good morning. It was what I needed. And I wouldn't say that I would want to live in the Midwest, but if emergency, if necessary, um, and the United States citizens have to move from the coast inland into the Midwest, um, Nebraska would probably be a good choice. All right. And also, it was the home state of Malcolm X. I was really sad because while we were there, I wanted to go to the foundation and see the Malcolm X Foundation and look at the property, but they were closed for the holidays, so that was a bummer. Um, but I was in the home state, so all right. That's what I wanted to say about the holidays. Again, I hope that you enjoyed your holidays. I had a great time with friends who are like family. They really treated us well and made us feel at home and made us feel welcome. And that is always the experience you want to have over the holidays. You want to be with people who care about you. You want to be with people who celebrate you. You want to be with people who appreciate having you as a part of their life. Now, not saying that our family members don't. It's just this was a surprise because I was traveling to the Midwest for the first time. So it was my first experience out west. I think the farthest I had gone was Tennessee. So I hadn't been further west than that. I've been further north and out of the country, but I had not been further west than that. So that was an adventure. I'm going to read for you from the Daily Motivations, and this is December 2nd. This ties into some pointers that I've been given for the month of December that I'm going to share with you as soon as I hop over to my Facebook page. And I thought it was interesting because today's devotional actually starts off right with that point. So I used an acronym to share my points for December. So I'm going to just read those. And by the time we're done, you should have the word December spelled out. So for the month of December, great things I believe are ahead. And here are some pointers to having a great month. D, decide to maximize the month. Don't waste time this month. If you know you have deadlines, you know you have to get things done, you know you have proposals to turn in, you know you have people you want to contact, you want to collaborate with them at the top of the year, decide to maximize the month and make sure you reach out and contact them. E, expect greatness from yourself. For me, greatness is being who you are all the time in your most authentic self, honoring who you are, honoring your soul, honoring the sacred part of yourself, not compromising yourself. So when I say greatness, I'm not talking about quotas and deadlines and all that stuff. That's nice. But expecting greatness from yourself is really about you being you, consistently you all the time, and operating at your highest self, which leads me to another point. Collaborating with like minds this month. People who want to collaborate, have the meeting, set the meeting, see where you all can blend your ideas together and get the collaboration set up for 2025. E, examine habits to leave behind. One of the things that I've been trying to do for the last 2 to 3 months now is getting up, doing a particular exercise morning, midday, and evening before I go to bed. I am seeing some results in the areas that I want to see results in my body. So that is a habit that I'm going to continue into the new year. But think about, what habits do you need to leave behind? Are you getting up too late? Are you going to bed too late? Are you spending too much time on social media? Last week, I spent 6 hours less time on social media than I normally do. And guess what? It felt great. It felt wonderful to my nervous system. I can't wait to do that again when I go on my next break starting December 20th. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. M, make every moment count. Again, what do I mean? When you are thinking about your day, think about your plans for your day. One of the things that helps me is I try to map out the times in the windows in my day that I have free time. And then I think about, what do I want to do with those times outside of working with a client, training a teacher, teaching a student. What do I want to do with those times? So make every moment count. Um, B, bring your highest self daily. What is your highest self? Do you know what the highest you looks like at this moment in your life? What does your highest self look like? What is your highest self doing with your time? Mhm. Does your highest self include prayer, meditation, reflection, journaling, self evaluation? What does your highest self contain? What are you doing to improve on your highest self? And if you aren't doing anything, if you're just flying every day by the seat of your pants, then examine your habits behind. All right. E, expand your mind for 2025. I really feel like that is going to be a part of the theme for my life for 2025 is expanded minds, renewed minds. A lot to do with the mind and the mindset and the mind frame that I need to be in order to do well in 2025. Remember, the goal is never to just survive. The goal is to thrive, 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 not just survive. And then finally, rest, excuse me, rest when needed this month. You can only control what you yourself are in control of. You cannot control other people. And that was the other thing I didn't like about domestic flights. They need to go back to making people wear masks on airplanes. There were so many people around me on either side, in front of me, behind me, hacking, coughing, and having total disregard for anybody else's health on the plane. So, yes, I was masked up everywhere I went, in the plane, in the terminal. I didn't unmask until, we got to where we were going. And the number of people who were slobbing, snotting, coughing, hacking in planes. I didn't see, I saw them come in and get trash after we left, but I didn't see any kind of actual spraying, any kind of disinfectant spray to relieve the space of the germs that were spread. So I want to encourage some of you, because COVID is still out here and still going around, and people now have long COVID. I want to encourage you to make sure you're doing what you can to take care of yourself. I know many of you have vaccinated. That's one part of the process of keeping yourself healthy. The other part is masking up. So make sure you mask up, okay? Because it's not just COVID out here, it's COVID, it's pneumonia, it's the flu, it's the bird flu. So just be careful in this time and in this season. All right. So rest when you need to this month. Look at your free times. Ask yourself, do I have time in there to get a 10-minute nap in, a 15-minute nap during my day? Those are very good for recharging your brain, especially when you are doing very high ordered thinking and you need that brain power. Try to see if you can get some nap time in during your week, even if you can't do it every single day. All right. So that's what I wanted to say about December. I am going to read you um, this devotional, and then I'm going to open it up for some conversation on Instagram. Remember, our talkback is on Instagram at Dialogues. And the topic today is, have you decided? Have you decided? If a man hasn't discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. Those words come from Martin Luther King Jr., civil and human rights activist. A little boy was told by his doctor that he could save his sister's life by giving her blood. His sister was near death, a victim of a rare disease from which the boy had made a miraculous recovery. Her only chance for survival was a blood transfusion from someone who had conquered the illness. After a series of tests, the boy was found to be the ideal donor. Johnny, would you like to share your blood with Mary? The doctor asked. The child hesitated, somewhat frightened. Then he smiled and said, Sure, Doc. I'll give my blood to my sister. The two children were wheeled into the operating room. Mary pale and thin, Johnny robust and the picture of health. Neither spoke, but when their eyes met, Johnny grinned. As his blood siphoned into Mary's veins, new life seemed to come into her tired body. The ordeal was nearly over when Johnny's brave little voice broke the silence. Say, Doc, when do I die? It was only then that the doctor realized what his moment of hesitation meant. Little Johnny actually thought that in giving blood to his sister, he was giving up his life. He had made his decision and he was willing to live by it. People may think decisions require complex thought. Actually, most decision making is simple. The choices we face are not what should I do next, but should I do this specific thing or not? Life is mostly a series of small decisions, each decision the natural consequence of earlier choices. For example, Alcoholics Anonymous doesn't counsel drinkers never to take another drink. That's a daunting step. Rather, it teaches members to make small adjustments that lead to significant lifestyle changes, not to take a drink that day. It is often the small decisions that are the most important and lead to the biggest changes and breakthroughs in our life. I will make strong decisions and stick with them. All right. So, if you want to chop it up today about some decision making, what has been the most impactful decision you've made this year? What has been the thing that's been on your heart? What decisions might you need to make? Where might you need to pivot as you look at the rest of this month? We are now on the clock, moving into 2025, the Gregorian calendar of 2025. If you're on the Hebrew calendar, you've already moved into your new year in September. Um, and so think about it. What decisions do you have to make that are going to set you up for a good and successful 2025? And I do want to say this. One of the decisions I've made is to have a good 2025 regardless of who is in office. And so there are some things that have to be set up in order to ensure that that pathway is clear for me to have a good 2025. So I hope people are making the adjustments. You're making the adjustments in your finances, in your travel, in your workload, in your relationships with those around you, shoring yourself up and making sure you're ready to go for 2025. All right, we're going to chop it up over on IG. You can join us there at Daring Dialogues. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Remember, tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. So if you want to give to this platform, the best way to do that would be by subscribing to the channel. Okay, subscribing to the channel. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so that we can unlock more opportunities with our YouTube platform. So thank you again for your time and attention. Remember, light is the most daring opposition to darkness. So continue to be well and be light.